Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Learn From Us podcast. Let me get my beard out of the microphone.
Yeah. I can't turn this over.
The deal of the week might look strange today.
Or sound strange.
Because Andrew is hard at work at the Indians game right now.
Yes.
And so Paul and I are here.
Slaving away.
Pushing through to bring you a deal of the week. Deal of the week.
Deal of the week. Seth brings Paul a deal of the week. And Andrew at the Indians game.
Okay.
We are going to have this jingle recorded soon.
Where are we today, Paul? We are in...
Can I look at this now?
We are in Chatanooga, Tennessee.
You haven't answered me yet.
Which I hear is beautiful.
Can I turn this over now?
Please do. So the premise of today's deal of the week, which was a cute little surprise for me, is that I'm bringing it to Paul. So I'm going to pretend like I know what I'm talking about.
Why is this cut out?
So as
is there a price there? Was there a price there?
As our listeners know, Paul has never seen this deal, not once, and we're going to go over the deal together, and then Paul's going to come up with what he thinks this puppy is for sale and whether he thinks this is a good or bad deal.
Can I say the front of the building looks like medieval times, like the restaurant where you like sit there and you get everybody to.
Yes. So, wow. I would say yes. So this is a very nice, it looks like a very nice building in Chattanooga, Tennessee. This is a
42 units.
42 unit apartment complex. It's very near downtown. Let's see.
Can I make a comment?
Go.
It says on page 2, recent updates include fresh paint.
Ooh.
Guys, that's how you know people are full of shit. Fresh paint is not an upgrade. It's a standard.
This is a C-class building.
Is it?
Built in 1971.
Is that what it says, C-class?
Yeah.
Where?
Andrew wrote some notes for me.
Oh, did he?
Uh-huh.
I would disagree with him on that one, but that's okay.
This looks more like a B?
This looks more like a B minus. I mean, it looks very pleasant. I don't know what the area is like.
The inside.
Doesn't it look very nice?
It does. It has, hardwood or the pergo floors on the inside. Nice lit up. I mean, the bathrooms look not updated. This doesn't look like a marble kitchen on the inside.
It says marble. It says smoke free. You're telling nobody smoked in the property. That seems like a hard prospect to.
So how can I describe this property? Imagine like a quad greenery
it does
inside
look like
a 4-square castle.
Is my mic not working?
Your mic looks awesome.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Because you've ignored me for the last 5 statements I've made.
Okay, great. What's your name again? This is Paul, by the way. My name is Seth. Welcome
of course
to Learn
it
For
is.
Us. So the unit mix. This is where I love
property
going.
amenities, barbecue grills. Oh, thanks.
I'd pay an extra $100 a month for that.
Easily.
There are 10 one-bedrooms.
Ample outdoor space.
32 bedrooms.
That's pretty good. I do like that.
And 2 3-bedrooms.
That's legit.
Recent updates include fresh paint, track lighting, painted cabinets, and wood laminate flooring.
The only upgrade I see there is the wood laminate floor. They can get the fuck out of my face with the other stuff. All right. Total gross potential rent.
Income.
That's about $35,000 a month, correct? Yes, it is. Is there a unit breakdown of the rents per unit? Where is that? Oh, right down there. Deal of the week. Deal of the week.
Current average rents.
Let me make sure it adds up correctly.
$600 for the 1-bedroom, $714 for the 2-bedroom, $900 for the 3-bedroom.
So 602 times 10 plus 714 times 30 plus 1,800. Oh, and there's the lie. The first lie of the day, everyone.
Don't scream into the mic. Tell me what the lie is.
Well, it's not a lie. They're showing you pro forma profit and loss. They're taking the market rents. The current rents right now are a little under $30,000 a month. It's $351,000 per year in actual rent coming in.
But they say that the total gross potential income is
$422. It's based on the market average rents to the right.
Where the market average rents for the 1-bedroom, instead of $600, they're saying $650 to $700. For the 2-bedrooms, which is a majority of these, they're saying instead of $714, you can get $750 to $850 if you install more barbecue grills. So, property taxes.
Get them grills.
$55,000, close to $36,000 for the property taxes. Insurance. Are you yawning too?
I am.
That 230 feeling. Insurance is $18,000 a year,
which is pretty high.
Yeah.
For 42 units. Yeah, it's pretty high. That's over $400 a unit.
Property management. 32,000.
32,000.
8% of gross.
That makes about sense. That makes sense.
Utilities.
44,000.
What do you think of that? Who's paying what?
That's $1,000 a unit.
Yeah.
I want to see what's being. Is it gas in there? Is it electric? I mean, that's a lot for just water sewer, but it could be the way it is. Repairs and maintenance. That's a very light expense ratio. Repairs and maintenance are $750 a unit. Maybe they're throwing in the staff in there. This is very light on expenses. 5 line items. Yeah, I don't think so.
What would you expect?
Advertising, permits if there are any, capital expenditures. The bank's going to require that to add in there, which is basically putting money into roofs and things like that on a yearly basis, which would be about 12 or 15,000 a year.
What about the vacancy loss at 5%?
Yeah, I mean, a bank's not going to give me 5%.
You would assume more than that.
Yeah,
right?
you get to write 7 or 8%.
I sound like I know what I'm talking about.
You do. I'm pretty impressed, actually. So
Okay.
350. Now, what's the potential here? 422, 289 times 0.92 minus, let's go this way, divided by 0.07. Oh, boy.
So they say new roof installed in 2014. That's pretty good, right? If there's a new roof on all this,
Yeah,
I'm sure
sure.
that costs a lot of money. They have faux wood blinds in all units. It's very nice. What if these are nice enough where they can't put any more, they have installed GFCI outlets. The courtyard looks lovely. There's a little patio with like awnings and fire pits. Parking lot repairs. New signage and a flagpole. Automated gates. Camera systems.
Okay, I got my number.
Wow, just like that, Paul. Tim wanted to keep this one short. And so they're saying total expenses $161,000 a year.
Okay, so you guys got to remember something here.
Tell me what you just...
The number I'm going to give is not my buy number. The number is my back of the napkin. If it falls into this range, I'm at least going to go to the next step, which is get more information.
Just like that. We're 7 whole minutes into the podcast.
Is that what it is?
Yes. And two of those minutes was us dicking around before we started. Paul, what are you thinking on this property?
If I can buy it for under $2 million, if it's listed for under $2 million, I'm taking the next steps to look further into it.
How did you get to that number?
So I took the current rents in place. I took the potential rents in place.
422,000.
Took out 8% for vacancy, not 5%. Took out higher expenses because I'm sure there's a lot more that needs to be added to this. And divided by 7%. That came out to about 2.5.
Why are they just not allowed? Why is it all so often when we look at these deals that they just can fudge some of these numbers? Why can't they just give us the reports of what the actual...
Because they want to paint you the best picture possible.
By lying.
So it's a gray area. Is it lying? Is it possible to run this property like this? Sure. But is it likely? No. So I look at these things and it's a great question you asked, Seth, because first off, like my insurance cost on a property like this is probably gonna be no more than $12,000. Maybe 12, maybe 13. That's $5,000 at the bottom line that you might think isn't a big deal, but $5,000 at the bottom line is $75 or $65,000 in more value. That's pretty good. So remember, and this is something I'm going to write an article about soon, the broker's job is to give the best possible image possible.
I see.
And
how much money does the broker make on transferring this property?
I don't know. Andrew would know better than this one, but probably 2 or 3%. So they're probably going to make 50 or 60 grand on this. Because broker on bigger deals, they don't get the 6% that everybody's used to.
Okay.
So if I can buy this, if this thing listed is around $2 million and I can go lower with some negotiation, I would go further on this deal. But I'm going to guess that they're asking $3.25 million.
You're guessing 3.25.
Yes.
Actual retail for sale?
For sale for?
2.89.
Oh, okay, so lower than I thought.
2.89 million.
So here's the deal with that. The way I run the numbers is it's worth about 2.5.
But you have to buy it.
I have to buy it and raise the rents myself. That's with me assuming that I can get the market rents from there.
Now, why is it that every deal we come across, they show the market rents that they can never somehow get?
Yeah, I always tell people, I'm like, if it's so easy for me to get it, why don't you go get it? I'll pay you more money If they could get the market rents here
themselves,
I'll pay you the 2.5. You know what I mean? I'll go closer to 2.89. I'll be at 2.5. Just get me the rents. But if I have to go do it myself, I gotta assume there's buffer in there. There has to be. And if anybody's willing to do it without any buffer, you're gonna have problems down the road. At some point, you're gonna have deals that don't work out. Can I ruin every paperclip?
there's a series of paper clips around on the.
I'm breaking apart
around our desks that are torn up and on the floor,
and brokers always do this. Their job is to paint the best picture. And people say, "Well, my broker wouldn't lie to me." Let me ask you a question: have you ever seen a broker put a deal in front of you, say you should buy this, and say, "But it's actually a shitty deal"? And is every deal out there a good deal? No. We get told all the time by people, "I want to sell my property." Okay, well, what are you in it for? Well, I'm in it for $3 million. Well, it's worth about $2 million. I know. Well, why are you in it for $3 million? Well, I bought it thinking it was going to do this. That we always hear these stories all the time about people buying properties thinking it was going to do X, Y, and Z, and it doesn't. Well, because you listen to this stuff. It's my first deal ever. The one I did, the first big deal I ever did where I lost 7 figures on it. It was me trusting all these numbers.
Remind us about that deal.
The shaker one, where I ended up making up for it on other shaker deals, but I bought it based on the broker telling me I would never lead you the wrong way. I'd never let you overpay.
Tell the story again.
Okay, so the story was I was buying in Shaker, and I found a 63-unit property in Shaker Square, Shaker Heights, Ohio. It's actually Cleveland, but it's on the border, neither here nor there. I contacted a guy named Scott, who was the real estate broker. Actually, he wasn't the real estate broker for the deal. I found him and said, "I want to go buy this building." So looking at the numbers, and I saw the pro formas, and I thought to myself, they're not going to lie to me. They want to do more deals with me. They would never lie to me. So I looked at him and said, "Do you think this is a good price?" He looked at me straight in the face and said, "I would never let you overpay." I was like, okay, this is great. He knows I'm going to buy a lot of real estate. He's not going to let me overpay. Well, sure enough, I closed on the deal, and I thought I was buying a deal that made like $200,000 a year on my acquisition price. And I actually bought a deal that was making about $120,000 a year. And you might think to yourself, it's only 80 grand. Well, that made me lose money. And $80,000 a year on that kind of ratio is about $1 million, is a little over $1 million in value. So I was pissed. And when I went to the guys and I said to my broker, "What happened here?" Like, "Well, it was a pro forma, Paul." A pro forma means you don't know what's happening. It's just a projection of what could happen. It's not what actually is happening. Well, it turned out the seller actually lied about utility expenses, things like that. That's neither here nor there. What am I going to do about it? I can't go sue. The deal is over. I learned very quickly right then and there, don't trust a broker. Never trust a broker. And of course, people say to me, "Well, you're not working the right brokers." No, if you're trusting brokers, then you're just a sucker. And that's just the way it is. You got to do your own analysis. You got to understand what makes up these expenses. What makes these things up?
How would someone who's just starting possibly know?
They don't. That's why they call us. Because if you're going to buy even a $200,000 property, you're going to overpay by 40 or 50 grand unless you have somebody like me to guide you. Somebody like Andrew to guide you. I know it sounds self-promoting, but it's 100% true. If you're worried about paying us 10 or 15 grand to guide you on one deal, you're going to go spend way more than that on a $100,000 deal. I guarantee you're going to overpay by 20 or 30 grand for. Guaranteed. Because you're not going to know. I had that somebody the other day that I met with Tim, and he showed me all the analysis he does in a deal. All it was regurgitating the broker's numbers and just writing down the returns. And I'm like, well, this isn't analysis. This is just regurgitating what they gave you. How do you know these numbers are right? That's the big thing.
Yeah, the first flip I did, my friend who was the builder, we ended up having to put a ton more money into it because he said, well, once we cracked open the walls and saw the electricity from a 1920 house, well, bam, that hit us with another 10, 12,000. And you would always say,
account for it.
Yeah.
My comment also is, he's a builder. He should have known going to a 1920 house. He should have known there's probably some bad electrical in here.
But we didn't.
No, you should have assumed that.
Well, no, I'm sorry. What I mean to say is not only did we not know, but we didn't even think about should we have known. Like, that's what I mean to say.
But look at it this way. By the way, I'm not trying to criticize your buddy.
Sure.
But I'm sitting there saying everybody else would have said, well, he's a builder. He's an expert. But he didn't know a house built in 1920 was going to have bad wiring.
Yeah.
How do you not know that? You know what I mean? It's like, unless you ask them, like, hey, has wiring been done lately? And they said, yeah, it's been done. And then you open up, like, oh, no, they just lied. Other than that, guess what else has? Probably bad pipes, too.
Well, I guess what I mean to say is there are people like myself who are going into real estate who, without your guidance that I have now, we had no damn clue what we were doing.
And you got lucky. The market was good.
Got lucky.
You sold the house for more than you expected to,
Yeah.
way more.
And it could have cost us, not thinking about some of these things or reading a pro forma.
And you know what you did different? Somebody else would have said, it all worked out. We sold it for more than we thought.
Yeah.
You hopefully sat there and said, holy cow, what if the market hadn't been good? I would have taken a bath in that thing. I'd have broken even or lost a few bucks. That's what happened to me. I lost a few bucks, but I was able to use that knowledge and go buy the next 900 units of mine very well.
You said you've been starting to bathe more lately. Baths. You said take a bath.
Where the hell did that come from?
You just said take a bath.
Oh, gotcha.
Well, you have this stunning marble. You have a tub made for God.
I do like it. I do like it.
I thought I'd seen it'd been collecting dust.
No.
Oh, I thought in the past it'd been collecting dust.
Oh, up until like a year ago,
Okay.
I never used it.
Now you're a bather.
When I say a bather, once a month probably.
Oh, only once a month.
Because the thing takes like so long. Because the faucet's not
I'm
very.
fine with that.
But I don't sit in it. I go like do something. I mean, when I say it takes 45 minutes, folks, it's because my faucet's like.
Listen, you're not gonna.
It's a small faucet.
Listen to this. I love the fill.
Come on.
I will lower the
How
water.
long does it take?
I mean, the bathing process is a 35-minute process for me.
It takes me 45 minutes to fill a tub, and I'm not. But when I say fill a tub, I don't mean fill a tub. I mean
Just
get
like
to a
belly
point.
button level?
Yes. For me to be able to just like, no, I'm not going to die in there, but I'm also not going to be like. I mean, it's 45 minutes.
There was a movie with Bryan Cranston was in where he played some Hollywood like a 1940s Hollywood guy. It was a few years ago. It was what?
Before what's it called?
No, just a few years ago. He was up for Academy Award for I can't remember, but he played an actor who, in the 40s, 50s, he would do business in the tub. So he'd get in that that lion's foot tub.
Mm-hmm.
Then he'd put like a wire screen down, and he'd get his notes with a candle, and a drink of wine, and he'd do his. That's what I need to do.
Yes, you do.
Because I'll watch Netflix.
Yep.
I'll watch my show Barry on HBO. Off the side there. So, yeah. So,
Tell Beth to take notes while you're in the tub. Beth.
So people are shocked because I will bathe sometimes twice a day.
You will bathe twice a day, not shower, bathe.
If I have to shower, it's a sad day, because the shower to me is just this lonely.
Tim, how often do you bathe?
Well, people judge me. They say, "Why would you want to?"
I don't know.
Once a year.
Twice a year, you
People
said.
judge me. They say, "Why would you want to wallow in that filth?" And I'm just like, "It was on me 10 minutes ago. Like the filth was on me for 17 hours 10 minutes ago. Now all of a sudden it's the worst thing in the world." So that's
Bathing is fun.
Yeah, I get the
A different
jets
take the
going.
bath. See, my jets are actually broken.
So we
Or I just don't know how to turn them on, which is probably more likely.
check one of the 17 switches in your bathroom. Oh.
The toaster oven, that was a bad joke.
Where's
Where's that crickets?
we're getting a new podcast board and a mixer, so we're gonna have sound effects in the future.
It's gonna be when a bad joke happens.
We can drop crickets on the bad jokes.
So anyhow, 289. It's not as bad as I thought. Obviously, I thought 325, but maybe they find some. It's 42 units. Maybe you can find a retired person who goes, you know what? I saved enough money to be able to put $500,000 towards a property. I wouldn't operate myself. It's gonna be my full-time job, and it'll make me $100,000 a year after debt and blah, or $75,000 a year after debt.
So if this came in at 1.9,
as an asking price,
yeah,
I'd probably be looking at it very.
How do you manage it from here?
Let's say that's the tough part at 42 units. But what I would do then, Seth, is I would inefficiently manage it for a while and then get more units in the area. So we just looked at a deal in a part of Oklahoma that was only 80 units.
That's what someone said. Oklahoma. Good Lord. What's out there?
Oklahoma. And that's pretty much all I know.
Okay, good.
Where the something. I would use this as a base and then go find other properties in the area.
And then get more of a full-time management staff there.
Yes, correct. I still wouldn't hire a third-party manager here. I'd probably find somebody to do part-time management there. Go down there and put some interviews together and get them all ready, and then fly down there. I wouldn't fly down there. I'd send Mary and Andrew, or Mary just by herself, or Tim, and say, okay, interview 10 people in a day and find one that we can have manage this. Maybe they live there while they manage, and they have a full-time job so they can make some money doing it. And
You love this idea.
I think it's great.
Give them a side hustle and something to...
Hustle.
All right.
Hustle.
So this is a no deal as is, but an interesting concept. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it.
Yep.
If you want to learn more about Learn From Us, just come to my bathroom, my bathtub, and I'll tell you all about it. But otherwise, you can visit us on YouTube and all the iTunes outlets. God, leave a review on iTunes, just whether it's a 5-star or lower.
No, do not leave anything lower. If you leave anything lower, we will hunt you down.
Yeah.
Only 5 stars.
And yes, join the Paul Gabriel fan club.
Yes.
Very sexy, handsome
Seth is now the president. Don't pull a Selena, though. And
Thank you for joining us, everyone, for a Deal of the Week. We'll be back with more. Keep listening to the podcast. We love you. Have a great day. Love you. Thank you.
peace.
Bye.